What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the show of Perfumes, Disagreements, Debate, and Controversy. This is the House we have in top 10. Ladies and gentlemen, theys and gays, there are over 2 million podcasts worldwide, and today you chose to put us into your headphones and listen. So we do, as always, thank you for that. Joined today by Bryan Castiglione, Jack Hockenjos, Alessino on vacation. Too fancy. It is what it is. It's Labor Day. Give him a break. It is Labor Day weekend, but this will be releasing in early November, which is a time frame of the year that has become... really over what, the last 15 years? It's really...
You can say 15. I think we're there.
It became the time for... it's really Call of Duty, but a lot of video games release in early November, and a lot of the first-person shooters.
Maybe.
Yeah, gotta get it out for Christmas.
Yeah, I think Call of Duty every year was usually Election Day, so it was like the first week of November. I only went to like one, like midnight.
The year I was in college, I went, so that would have been...
I went
What
for
Call of
Modern-
Duty
it was
came
Modern
out?
Warfare 3.
Yeah.
It was 2011. I think.
No, this would have been November 2000. Yeah, 2011. Yep.
2011. It was the only midnight release I went to. It was at the Smith Haven Mall. Lined up at the GameStop. I took off work the next day and basically stayed up all night playing Modern Warfare 3, which wasn't a bad game. It wasn't the best of them, but
No, it certainly wasn't the best. That's for sure. So we are doing the top 10 first-person shooters. There's no
Yes.
time frame. We went all time. I'm going to tell you right now. Told you guys off air. I'm going to be number 3 on this one in terms of knowledge and facts and things to say. I'm going to be like Alessino on Mortal Kombat a little bit.
okay.
The older I got, the less first-person shooters I played. The less time for video games I had,
Right.
Played a lot of sports games always. So it's my top 10. There are games on here, like my honorable mentions is pretty much loaded with stuff that I didn't play, but I understand its importance to the genre.
Yeah.
You know.
I have one like that, so I totally get that.
So, dishonorables, Jack.
I got 0.
I don't have
Alright.
any either.
Oh, I have 1. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, that game was
Fuck
bad.
outta here.
That game was bad.
All right.
Or Call of Duty Ghost, you could also say was also pretty bad.
Well,
I
so
played Ghost and I was okay with it, but
my first
it's
first
very-
dishonorable mention is Destiny. And so the reason,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
not fair. It's not a fair dishonorable mention. I just remember being super hyped for Destiny when it came out.
Right.
I bought it, $60. When Destiny come out? Like 2011?
2014.
2014
I
it
think.
came out?
I'll take a look, but somewhere in that area.
Either way, college kid. Like $60 is a lot of money for a commuter school college kid when you're not working that much, you're going to class. Bought the game, played it for probably like
2014.
a week,
Yeah.
and it just never stuck with me. And I remember being bummed.
What it was.
And I feel like
Go ahead.
I might have not have given it a fair stroke.
What it was
like, I
with Destiny
probably-
was there. The game was based around like the raids. That was the most fun part. Was the raids. So if you didn't have a party of people to play with, the head to head, like the PvP it wasn't that fun. Like it was fun, but it wasn't Halo, which I thought a lot of people, because it was made by Bungie and 343, that they thought it was going to be like
Right.
a Halo game where it kind of Destiny's more based around the raids. That's what people play it for. The PvP was just kind of like this is all here also. Just to get
Yeah,
you going
this.
on the
Hey, you
raid.
could do this
Yeah.
too if you want. And then my other dishonorable mention, which was one in a second, you'll find out why it's slightly hypocritical, but also what I was laughing with you guys is it's all Treyarch Call of Duty games.
Oh, okay.
All of the Treyarch Call of Duty
Not
games.
Activision.
So I'm pretty sure that's Infinity War that you were talking about is
Maybe.
Treyarch, right?
Oh, you're not
And,
talking about Infinity Ward. Sorry, Treyarch and Activision, I think, are the same company. But I
Yeah.
know.
yeah,
what
no,
you're saying.
Infinity
Yeah,
Ward
yeah.
made the good ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm saying, what Call of Duty did you say? Infinity War?
Infinite War.
yeah.
Infinite War. So that one I think is Treyarch. And then which one did
Possibly.
you say?
I said Ghosts, which I'm pretty sure was Treyarch.
Yeah,
Also.
yeah.
Let's have a look. I'm just gonna look real quick. 'Cause you say all Treyarch games. That includes all of the Black Ops series.
Yes.
Yeah, but Black Ops
That's-
1 and 2 weren't bad.
Well,
That's the
so
thing.
this is why I said it was about to be hypocritical. One of my honorable mentions, if we're ready to move on.
We're ready to move on.
Yeah, we could do that.
One of my honorable mentions is Call of Duty Black Ops 3, but it's specifically for the zombies in
Yeah.
Black Ops 3. That one was the one we played all the time together.
Mhm.
We played locally together. We'd play it online together, and we would just be screaming at each other, like not like mad at each other. We'd be like, "I need help! I need help!
Panic, yeah.
Jesus Christ!" Like I was telling him before. I forget what. I think it's at Wave 20 is the first time you get this like sub boss,
Okay.
and it's like this 3-headed thing with mouths for a face.
Yeah.
And the first time we got to that wave, it's like me, Alessino, Nick Castiglione, and Matt Oro
Oh, geez,
playing
yeah.
locally together. And one of us is just like, Jesus Christ! Jesus, look at this fucking thing. We're like, what thing? He's like, fucking Hefe over here. Look at Big Hefe over here. And we just kept calling him Hefe. And eventually that just turned into Jeff.
Jeff.
So we couldn't beat this guy for the longest time. We couldn't figure out how to get him. And we're like, fucking Jeff's back. And then eventually we figured out how to beat him. And then you go another 10 waves. It's like, there's 2 Jeffs now.
Oh my
No.
god. It's just gotten worse.
Yeah. And while Jeff's fucking running around, running roughshod on the whole carnival that you're in, you still got, a couple of, maybe 100 zombies running around.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun, especially
Zombies were fucking
especially
chaos.
on snowstorms. We just get on zombies and just let it rip, dude.
So I got the history there. The map is called Shadows of Evil, and it's
Okay.
set in
Yes.
like a 1940s like sprawling like city. But basically that's the Margwa, and it's like this. It's a like a tentacle monster with 3 heads, and the way you kill it is you shoot it when the mouth is open.
Yeah, in its mouth. Took us a while to figure that out, though.
But it's like the first one's round 5, then there's another one round 10, and then after round 10 it's like 2 and then 3.
Oh jeez.
So it gets bad. But when he's running around, the worst problem is your camera shakes. So you're playing zombies, and this guy's fucking. You hear him stomping around too. He's like, bah, bah, bah. He's fucking running around, and you're freaking the fuck out. It's a great map. I'm there.
Zombies
I'm
were
all there.
always very solid. Even the first one, the World at War, was that's
Calm down,
so
Dick.
much fun. Yeah,
It's just the storm.
Just the storm. Honorable mentions. You got any?
I got a couple.
Okay.
So
Oh wait,
want me-
did you have?
I have
more?
way more.
Do you want to cycle through?
We could just cycle.
All right, we'll cycle
I'll give
through.
you like 3 here.
Okay.
I got the Far Cry series as a whole
Yeah, Far Cry's the shit. Yes.
from a highly touted by Topgolf Associates, the BioShock series,
BioShock's also great.
and I also have, because it didn't make my list because I don't play it, Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah. People love Rainbow Six Siege. I never played it either, but people fucking anyone that plays it, well, like the instant someone else says that they'll play it, they're like, "I'll play right now. I'll go right now." Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
seems to be one of those type of games.
If you play it with your friends, it's a lot more enjoyable. I can't queue into a game of Rainbow Six Siege by
yeah,
myself.
that's
I
what I've
can't
heard
do
as
it.
well. That you have to have like a solid squad of people, or else you're kind of just
Yeah, I've heard that about
everyone's
those
doing
games.
their own thing. It's very team based, I would assume. Like, yeah,
Dramatically.
the margin of error seems very small.
Similarly to the way Battlefield is.
Probably,
In,
but
like-
Rainbow Six is like 1-2 shots, it's over. Like,
Yeah.
there's no time to even react to what's going on around you if someone's behind you. Like, that's how it seems to
You gotta be. You don't have
like
to
it's
be
headshots
perfect,
on
but
everything.
it's
Like, there's no way to think about anything.
Yeah, it's what we call realistic.
Yeah,
You get shot, you're
exactly.
going down.
Exactly. Honorable mention for me. I played it a lot when I was in middle school. And it's just taken on like it was big then, and it's taken on a life of its own now. But Counter Strike.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I don't want to say the most famous Steam game, but probably one of the
It's one of the most
famous
important.
Steam games. One of them. Yeah. I mean, Counter Strike's great. I was never good at it, obviously, because you really gotta be in it to win it. I had it.
Counter Strike is the first game that like pioneered that shit with Rainbow Six you were talking about, where like
Yeah.
1 or 2 shots.
You're
That was
not-
the first game where it wasn't about speed. We're gonna slow it down, play as a team.
Right.
Like everything matters. You don't
So,
have time to fucking
That's
unload
that
a clip.
esports shit, man.
I originally had gotten Counter Strike on Xbox, the original Xbox. It came with my thing. It was like a I don't want to say a digital game, but it was like installed on the console already. So I was like, oh, this is sick. And I wound up playing that a lot. And then eventually I'm like, this is a computer game as well. And then Source came out, and I wound up buying Source. I played it for a little bit, fucking around with the mod maps where you're like sliding through the tunnels and the slides, trying to shoot people while you're going through all these things. I couldn't put it in my top 10 because I've really only played it for like a year or two, but I know like it's the like first person shooter as far as like what you were saying, like esports is concerned. I would think it's probably one of the biggest, probably by Siege or Overwatch, kind of in that that area.
With that, I'm there.
What do you got over there for honorable mention?
So ones that were already talked about, we got BioShock, Borderlands 2. These are all games that I never played. BioShock, Borderlands 2, Far Cry 2. So those ones you had already brought up, right, Jack?
Yeah.
So I understand they were sick. People who play them love them. I just never really played any of those games.
Right.
And then one that I played a lot, I was telling him before, when VR first came out, Super Hot.
I don't know that game.
Super Hot is like when you're not moving, nothing around you moves. The minute you start moving at all, everything happens super fast.
Really?
Yeah. So like you gotta look around, understand what's happening. Once you move the gun, all the action's happening.
Sick.
So and it's like quick. If you don't pay attention, you're getting fucked up. It's a very hard game to play. And then I can close it out. I have one more that I don't think got brought up yet. Again, didn't play a lot. Half-Life 2.
Ooh, yes, Half-Life 2. You know about Half-Life 2?
I know about that action.
Before your time.
Well, that's the evolution of Half-Life 2, Gary's mod.
Yeah. Okay.
I know about Gary's mod, so I mean that can make my honorable mentions too.
I was gonna say, do you have any others? Or
I got a couple more. Half-Life 2 definitely gets to get up there because
it's kind of the same as Counter-Strike. It's just like one of those like renowned
It's a
games
staple.
where we're always asking for Half-Life 3 still, but
yeah. So on the back end of my
Well, hold on.
honorable
Before
mentions-
you do that, for the same reason that Half-Life 2 took forever to come out was because the love for the game, for Half-Life, originally on the computer, the expectations in the bar they felt like was so high that they almost never released Half-Life 2. Same reason for Half-Life 3.
Makes sense.
The bar, the expectations are too high.
Makes sense.
So go on, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
My back end of my honorable mentions. I've got the Doom series, and I played Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Fucking amazing.
Yeah, Doom. The newest Doom, people fucking love that game.
It is fucking sick. But and then I have the Titanfall series.
I never played Titanfall.
Titanfall it's very crisp. It's like the
that was like the big Xbox 360 launch game, right? Titanfall.
Yeah.
So
or Xbox One, I think it might have been at that time.
Like the big thing with Titanfall was they made the first game. The first game was like super crisp, a lot more weapons, like very Call of Duty-esque.
Yeah.
But they had the wall running, the
it was one of those
jumping.
games. Gotcha.
Yeah, but everything played out well because the maps
so
were
it
big.
wasn't like Infinite Warfare where you were just like.
But you got a Titan, which was like you get this big ass robot, which is kind of like a kill streak.
Yeah.
But that was like it came back and it went like it wasn't overpowered. So everything meshed together very well. But what happened was they released the second game, and the second game didn't do well, and they said, "Fuck this action, we're out. We're gonna go make Apex Legends."
And now Apex is one of the biggest games.
Yeah.
I'll just round out the rest of my honorable mentions because you guys actually both had one that's on mine. I had Borderlands 2 as well because that game was fucking awesome. I also had Fallout 3. I didn't know if I could necessarily
Is
put
that
it
first?
That's why I didn't want to put it on the list, but you know, a light honorable mention. The other two I have are kind of the same as Counter-Strike games I played when I was younger. There was a game called Fear back in the day. You know about Fear?
Yes.
Yeah. Not a game that I think you would play personally, but it was a lot of fun. I bought that around the same time as Counter-Strike. And then the other game is funny. It's this game called No One Lives Forever. You're essentially like a 1970s spy. And I got to tell you, so I had this game on PS2. I don't know how the fuck I wound up with it. I played it. I beat it. My whole entire life, I'm like, I'm the only fucking person that knows about this fucking game. No one's played this game, blah, 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 blah. I go to look it up last night because I'm like, I gotta just jog my memory. I had no fucking clue. This was like a renowned game.
Yes.
You know about this.
Yes.
I thought I was the only fucking person.
I've never played
never
it, but
met
yeah.
anyone that's actually played this fucking game before. But I looked it up. Dude, Steam's like one of the best games on Steam. When I looked up FPS shooters of 2000s, it was in the fucking top display. I'm like, I thought I was the only fucking... Dude, 9 out of 10s. All over the board. This was like a huge thing. I had no idea. But the game was so much fucking fun.
I still have no idea. So
yeah, it came out in 2000, so...
Yeah.
You probably...
2 years before Jack, yeah.
So... But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's honorable mentions for me. I did like that both of you guys had Borderlands. Borderlands was a lot of fun.
I mean, I just got to recognize, recognize, when a game's taken over the market, resets the market, go right into my number 10 here. It's not the first time this game has been ranked on the top 10 podcast.
Yeah.
This is the first game that really kind of creaked open the door of what multiplayer could look like.
Yeah.
Because really, before this, it was really about storylines, campaigns, single player type of stuff. It's 007 GoldenEye.
I have number 10 is also GoldenEye 007. So we can talk about it for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a lot when we talked about Nintendo 64, but, if you didn't watch that one, go check it out. But just to reiterate, this is one of the first games, especially shooter-wise, that you get 4 people around in Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
If you had a rich friend, you might do an 8 or a 12 or even a 16-person LAN party. You could LAN party Nintendo 64s, right?
I think you could connect the two N64s together and then open it up to more. I could be wrong.
I'm almost positive you could do. Yeah, no, because they used to do.
Nintendo's good with that. They usually have those.
They used to do tournaments like that when they did the tournaments at game shops and stuff back in the day.
Yeah, so
it was all LANs. So there was definitely a way you could hook up the LAN party. That was a little too rich for my blood personally. But plenty of 4-on-4. You got tournament style. You got 4 people sitting around. Storyline campaign follows the movie very closely.
Very closely.
All points we drove home when we talked about it on that other pod. But yeah, I mean the competitiveness. Is it not the first person shooter you played?
Yeah. I mean, I told the story, but my babysitter, dude, that. I remember that's the whole reason I bought an N64 was that and Super Smash Brothers and Super Mario. And
even though we know Perfect Dark is the better game, it's in terms of impact, what it did for the genre, stuff like that. It's kind of forgotten about. So this is the last time I'm gonna mention Perfect Dark today. But yeah, we know Perfect Dark was the better game. I felt very strongly about it on the other pod.
Yeah, I mean I always liked GoldenEye more, but Perfect Dark felt more like what first-person shooters are now, as opposed to what GoldenEye was.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Jack, 10.
Number 10, I have Borderlands 2.
There it is. All right, I'm glad it cracked someone's head.
I played all the Borderlands games.
Have you?
Yes.
Nice.
I haven't beat 3 yet, but
okay.
I played all of them in sequence, whatever. Borderlands 2 is just a crazy game because it's the whole selling point. James was telling me off air. It's there's thousands of different fucking guns.
I was gonna say the weapon modifications are what fucking
So there's a bunch of crazy guns and shit, right? But the thing is in shooters, regular FPS games, the mainstream ones, there's it's all tactical, it's Call of Duty or it's Counter-Strike. Yeah, all these fucking grenades and shit. Borderlands has abilities, and you can pick a character and play based on the abilities of that character. The fucking abilities go insane. There's this one guy, his abilities is dual wielding.
Yeah.
But when he dual wields, he gets this damage buff. He gets unlimited ammo. He gets this. He regenerates ammo.
Yeah.
So the compounding of the fluidity of the game, where I have this sick action skill. In this new game I have Borderlands 2 has plenty of different characters with plenty of crazy abilities. In the game I'm playing right now, it's I have this ability, and now I have this class mod, which then attaches this ability, and now I can do it for double as long, and I get plus this benefits.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stats going on, and it's if you get into it and you're you're gonna start grinding the game, you're gonna get in there. It's definitely one of those games you can enjoy. For what it's worth.
Borderlands does a very good job of it plays like a first-person shooter, but it very much the structure of it is
it's
an
RPG,
essentially. Yeah. Going off basically what you were saying, the effects and the modifications, and there actually is a decent storyline to it. It does have that side quest type of feel where you can get lost in all this other stuff. I haven't played Borderlands thoroughly through too much, but I'm assuming side quests give you different weapon mods, kind of that sort of thing.
Borderlands 2 side quest. The thing is, the game is very satirical as well. So there's I'm forgetting his name. The in the new game, there's a side quest where you have to. I don't want to say Hans Zimmer. Is he
Hans Zimmer? No. He's a composer.
Yeah.
No,
definitely wasn't Hans.
He's the guy with the European accent who's hi Mark, that guy.
Okay, yeah. I got
There's a side quest for him. He's I'm going to be a big movie star. He's it's the whole side quest is you have to go get his.
Is that supposed to be a British accent? What are you doing there?
No,
no. I know the accent you're doing. I just
can't. Oh, is he actually doing it right?
Yeah. I can't think of what it is though. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Matt Orwell does that impression as well.
Really?
Yeah, he does. He would know who it is.
We gotta get Matt on, dude. Matt's mentioned more than fucking anybody else on these podcasts.
Matt, get on the pod, come on. But number 10, Borderlands 2.
Do you want to just
it's a crazy fucking game.
Do you want to go to 9 since I had?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully we don't have the same 9.
We'll see, dude.
I don't think so. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah, my 10 was GoldenEye. So
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you wanted to keep it going or just.
I'll start with 9.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
What's the matter?
So 9. So a bunch of these,
Maybe we will, and I'll be able to
I don't
piggyback
think
on
so.
you.
I've never heard you mention this game, so it would be interesting. This game there's like Call of Duty. There's many reissues of this, not reissues, but different versions of this game. I had a lot of fun with the original one from when I was little, and that's Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. We're talking the original 2001. Don't get me wrong, all the ones that are made now, I'm sure are flawless, but this was kind of what you were saying, kind of like the first version, I guess, of Call of Duty. In a sense, it kind of played the same way. The multiplayer was not really there, but the missions-wise, played very similar to a Call of Duty campaign. The game feels the same exact way. And I think, we say it for everything else, but it kind of set up, like, the Tom Clancy franchise, which I feel like has always been kind of like an outcasted brother to Call of Duty, if that kind of makes sense. All the games kind of play the same way, but I feel like you don't know anyone that plays Ghost Recon. But they're still making these games, and they have a huge presence on.
Well, the
YouTube
Ghost Recon games play similarly, but Splinter Cell doesn't.
Right. Well, that's a stealth game. This was more, yeah. I get.
Because Tom Clancy didn't just make. It was Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon,
Rainbow Six. But the original Ghost Recon. I've used to play it at my friend Mike's house on the computer. That's kind of how I found out about it. And then Xbox was big into Ghost Recon when they eventually came out. So I had the original one,
which makes sense.
On Xbox, and then there was an Island Warfare one, I think, back, and it was like the first time Xbox Live was like kind of coming to fruition or whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And I was like, Mom, I gotta bring the Xbox out to the desk so I can put the internet into it. So I can run it on the TV. I was probably like 9 or 10. I didn't really understand the difference between dial-up and Ethernet. Obviously never got it working, but that was kind of where all this eventually started. Ghost Recon, not like, I don't think it holds up as well now because of Call of Duty, but for that time, they were kind of setting the forefront.
Call of Duty kind of dominated the market.
Yeah, well, I think Call of Duty 1 had came out like literally the same time.
98?
I
want to say Call of Duty was 98, 99.
Let's see. Because I remember playing the original Call of Duty on the computer as well. And and it was like a huge, like it was kind of like how Battlefield is. I'm pretty sure it was like 20 on 20. I can't even get it. You type in Call of Duty and it's exactly what you.
What if you type in Call of Duty 1?
To put the final nail in the Ghost Recon coffin, the way the franchise has evolved.
2003.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
No, you know what? I'm thinking of another series that we're gonna get to
Soldier
later.
of Fortune?
No, we're gonna get to it later. It was Call of Duty before Call of Duty.
Gotcha.
Call of Duty put them to bed.
So to put the final nail in the coffin, the way Ghost Recon has evolved now, the open world games where it's like, oh, you're gonna drop in, this is your objective, very tactical, very still Tom Clancy-esque, but now they evolved.
You played these games?
I played.
I didn't even fucking know that.
I think it's Wildlands.
Yeah, Wildlands the shit right now.
Yeah, it's you know more than I would know because
I've watched it on YouTube. I don't play it. Yeah,
it's fucking like these games they're beautiful on the next gen consoles. They're still tactical, like the whole Tom Clancy aspect of things, and they innovated a little bit. Like they added like
Wildlands does look sick.
Bigger worlds, bigger fucking like you could drive and then like you could hang out the window and shit. Which is obviously that's not like an innovative thing, but for a game that's all about tactics and like figuring out how you're going to take something down.
They needed to compete with the Warzone aspect of Call of Duty. They're like, what can we do to get this going a little bit?
And they did a good job. They don't have a bad game. And they're also in the Rainbow Six world, so there's like side missions where it's like you'll see a Rainbow Six siege
that's
operator.
Cool. That's cool.
But that's I want to play the games, but I can't. I just never do. And also their games are fucking expensive.
Yeah. They're all games are expensive.
Everything's expensive these days. Thanks a lot, Biden.
Fucking asshole.
So my number 9 is the godfather of the first person shooter, 1993's Doom.
Gotcha.
Probably played it like a little bit when I was young, but not like a lot, at someone's house or something like that. Doom comes in. It's the first of its kind. obviously, or I believe it's the first of its kind, but it's the first of its kind that
I
matters.
think at that time it was definitely groundbreaking.
In a time where gaming was slower, Doom introduced the fast-paced, breakneck shoot 'em up style that most first-person shooters have come to be over the course of time. From what I understand, if you fired it up and played it today, it would still hold up. It's still engaging. It's still a fun game.
Yeah.
You're still gonna feel a rush by the end of it. And like the end of the day, without the success of Doom, we don't have this list right now.
Right.
You know?
Definitely.
And to capitalize on Doom, the way the franchise evolves, I played Doom Eternal and Doom 2016. Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, people love that.
Doom is a franchise that had ups and downs, and lately it's back on the swing up. But there was a while where it was tanking
Shit was getting
terribly.
tough.
Yeah, released a horrible movie.
Oh God, yeah, the movie. I
Yeah.
forgot about the movie. Wasn't The Rock in the movie?
I think so. Yeah.
Jesus, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I'm at number 9 now. Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Yeah, baby, there it is.
CS:GO. Real recognized real. CS:GO. It's a game that I can't compete in because it's on PC and I can't play PC games. And also the competitive aspect of it, and it's the new counterpart of CS:GO, Valorant. Those games, they're another level, and I can't
Sweaty.
get there. And
Very sweaty.
Yeah, I can respect the fact that there are people who are just like, yeah, this guy's gonna
They wanna
peek,
sweat.
heady, he's there, one shot, dead, gone, and they're just. I'm like, I'm not there, dude. I'm like, this is too much going on, too much.
Sweating at base level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too much anxiety for me, fam. I'm here to relax.
I'm slow walking, peeking corners, dude. I'm playing Call of Duty. Yo, I'm sliding into shit. I'm not fucking. Fuck that shit. Oh, I'm gonna peek this corner. Fuck that. We're coming flying around the corner. And if you ain't getting his stuff by this barrel of the shotgun, I'm dying. I don't care.
Yeah, dude. Pearl Harbor style. I'm getting you, and you're getting
Warfare,
me.
baby. Get out my shotgun real quick.
Good. Number 8.
Yeah, number 8 for Bryan.
Number 8. All right. I don't know. I'm not sure. You guys might know this game. It's from a release in 2002. Red Faction 2. Dude.
Fuck yeah.
Red Faction 2 was the shit.
Red Faction.
Yeah, I doubt you even know about it, but Red Faction there was a cool storyline, but the really cool thing about it was you could essentially make your own customized matches and do 100 versus 100, and you would get 100 bots, and then it'd be you and your team of 100 bots versus another team of 100 bots. Everything blew up. Everything got destroyed. The guns were sick. Honestly, maybe the game wasn't great, but at the time when I was 10 or 11, I would just run those custom matches all day. You could do split screen customs with friends up to 2. I think it was another 2 to 6 if you could get 2 PS2s to go together.
To be friends.
Yeah, essentially. But yeah, Red Faction 2, I really can't go much into it because it really wasn't anything too deep. It was really just, I think the first experience I had with custom matches, which kind of became a big thing as people started playing like actual online multiplayer. I think Red Faction was kind of in that same, they were in that zone of this is a good idea. We don't have the power to implement it on a larger scale.
It was on
PS2.
PS2 and
it was on GameCube too? I didn't know it was on GameCube.
I'm looking at it right now.
On PS2?
No, I probably had it on GameCube.
This is looking sick. I'm just looking at some images.
I didn't get a PS2 until I was old enough to buy it with my own money, in high school, 16, 17. I bought PS2.
Yeah, that game.
When I bought a PS, yeah.
Yeah, and it was all
Hold on. This guy's dual wielding at the end.
guns and mysterious.
Yeah, I remember that game.
This guy's fucking dual wielding. This dual wielding in
Game was
fucking
all fun.
2002.
Yeah, but that's one trigger shooting both guns. That's not like Call of Duty.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It was.
It's
the
not like
old
Call of
school.
Duty
It
where-
was
Sick,
the old
dude.
school.
That's some sick stuff.
We're up to me now. My number 8, I believe this was GameCube exclusive, but I could be full of shit because George Lucas had individual deals with each video game system for exclusive games. Every Xbox got this game, PlayStation got that, but it's Star Wars Republic Commando. I had it on the GameCube. I believe it's a GameCube game, exclusive. So this game takes the Star Wars world and the aspects of Star Wars and kind of like Call of Duty and mixes them.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the first person Star Wars game. It might not be, but it's the first Star Wars game, definitely first person shooter that I played where you had a heads up display with ammo and reloading and grenades. This wasn't a regular. This was not a regular. This is kind of like a cross between Halo and Star Wars.
Yeah.
And you are the Republic Commandos. It's the SWAT team of the clones.
Yeah.
And you go on you're like, and recon missions, all kinds of shit. I don't know if it was multiplayer, but the story mode was incredible.
Story mode co-op multiplayer. I played the remastered version.
They had co-op
last year.
multiplayer because
Gotcha.
it's a 4-person team. I
That
think
was a big thing in first person.
Star Wars Republic Commando is a very good game. It's like it's for Star Wars fans because the Republic Commandos are like they're the shit. They're like better than the ARC Troopers and like in theory. But
they're like SEAL Team 6, dude.
Gotcha.
they're
Yeah,
like the shit.
Yeah.
They're the guys.
And it's like the first game. Like I said, feel free in the comments, get at us wherever if I'm wrong. But I think it's the first Star Wars game where it's like this is a shotgun, this is an assault rifle,
Right.
this is other than everyone just has a blaster.
Yeah.
You know, like there were different kinds of weapons, handguns, obviously grenades, all kinds of bullshit. You never saw that in a Star Wars game. I still think up to this day, because even Battlefront isn't really like that.
It's mostly
It's class based. You just get what you get.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Jack, number 8.
Ocho, freezing cold take alert. I got Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on here.
I
This
got
is
nothing for you, homie.
This is a niche thing because it's the first Call of Duty that I was ever good at, and I was probably like 12. First Call of Duty I owned by myself, like stayed up on Christmas. I got it Christmas
Got
Eve.
good at, yeah.
Got good at it. Played the game because I was like so hyped up, and it's the game where I have the most.
All my
accolades.
friends were talking to girls. I was playing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, at 12 years old, I was talking to chicks. Definitely not me. But
Were you 6 foot when you were 12 years old?
oh fuck yeah, I was like 5'10", 5'11", walking around some big goofy kid playing Call of Duty. But
Like, damn, son, you play basketball? He's like, no, I'm in the Boy Scouts.
yeah, but Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is like I cherish it because the movement system people fucking hate it. I was just like, yo, this is sick. I'm just like this guy who jumps around and fucking does whatever.
Is that the one where you had like the little jetpack boost
Yes.
that everyone hated?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you jump,
I think I played that at someone else. You, Alicino, Nick, someone
Oh,
else's
man,
house. I'm like,
never
I'm not buying this
So-
piece of garbage game.
All right. Okay. So, but if you could like strafe and like slide, like dash and shit. Like the movement was there. Like it was. So if you jump up, you can dash forward.
Okay.
So like if you jump, dash, you dash into a slide, and you like the movement was like I know movement
They were
now
trying
is
to do too
crazy.
much.
Drop shots
Yeah.
weren't bogus enough, dude. We had to upgrade them to jump
Sliding
shots.
shots.
Yeah, jump slides.
Jump shot, 360, bang, through the wall. Fucking forget about it, dude. Maybe I'll throw a little throwing knife in there, a little YY, a little can swap. Don't worry about it. I'm a nerd.
See, I don't know what any of that is.
Yeah, I'm not
Listen,
worried about it, dude.
I got after it in Advanced Warfare, and my biggest accolade is I had a 130. This was before eliminations were a thing. It was kills, straight kills.
Yeah.
137 straight kills, 3 deaths. I hit the streak. I had like 23 or 24, death 3 hits. We're going to the moon, baby. I had like 8 attack helicopters.
God.
Like fucking, I had a UAV the whole game.
Kids weren't quitting.
No.
Should we get into esports? Should we start our own
Is
esports
Jack
team?
good?
How does that work? He's got to be better than me.
But
We should start a fucking House of Havoc esports team, dude.
we have to find a game.
All of them.
We'll play all the games.
Yeah.
sure.
Does it play? Is it a game? We'll play you.
We're the Electric Esports chess team for HOH Podcasting Company. We'd like to play you in chess.
Beat up by some Russian guy.
Grandmaster. But yeah, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, that was my shit. And like, kind of like your Red Faction, I would just
Yeah.
run it.
Just run it.
And then, I ran it. And then I was just like... I ran that.
Bryan, number 7.
I ran it.
All right.
I was
Jack, you're fucking killing it today.
I was him.
I am him. Number 7. Honestly, first person shooter, older game still. This is my last like older game on the list. Probably one of the best storylines. Medal of Honor Frontline, dude.
My number 7
for real?
is Medal of Honor
Oh,
Frontline, dude.
let's
And this is the game I was
go.
talking
Yeah,
about
holy shit.
that got fucking demolished by Call of Duty.
That
And
game
this
was
is the game
shit,
that
dude.
came out in 97, 98.
Dude,
So
that's
Medal of Honor
awesome.
Frontline is the
Yeah.
first game that doesn't involve Steven Spielberg. You know Steven
I didn't know
Spielberg
that.
created
Yeah,
and
yeah.
wrote the stories for Medal of
Is that
Honor.
why they were so fucking good?
For Medal of Honor
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
These are so good.
For Medal of Honor 1, 2, and 3, Steven Spielberg created and curated the story and everything
Okay.
for it and oversaw it with the developers.
Yeah.
Frontline's the first one he's not involved with at all.
Frontline
I
was-
also believe it's the first one available on home consoles.
I think so. It's the first one I remember.
Because
playing,
Allied
to be
Assault
honest.
comes out the same year, and that's
Yeah.
only on PC.
I love that game. There was one mission where you're going through like the blown up German town. And you're going through people's houses and stuff. It was
Bro, that game was lit because it was like playing Saving Private Ryan.
Yes, and it came out just at the same time too.
And still to this day, the reason it made my list is because it's the best Omaha Beach D-Day.
Yes. With
Best version of it.
Dude. No one's done it better.
Best version of it,
I
yeah.
was just gonna mention it.
And that's how the game opens.
Yep. Yeah, fucking dude, that.
I mean, I don't know, dude. I like Conquer, but
Well, yeah, Conquer's sick too. Conquer's sick too. Conquer Live and Reloaded. We talked
Is he
about.
Rush D-Day in the fucking?
Yeah,
really.
In Conquer's, we talked about this for
I've
Nintendo
never played that
64.
game. I didn't know he rushed the Normandy though.
Conquer's Bad Fur Day parodies 3 movies. It's Saving Private Ryan, The Matrix, and what's the third one? We talked about this again on the N64 pod. Go check it out. It parodies 3 movies mostly, but yeah, it's Saving Private Ryan, and it's like literally Conquer's in the boat, and the guy in front of him throws up. The other guy next to him crosses himself, just like the Saving Private Ryan. It's like a straight up parody of
And then,
but I meant in terms of realism. The Medal of Honor Frontline
did a great job.
Did amazing.
Yeah.
Conquer's Bad Fur Day did amazing at parodying the scene from Saving Private Ryan for sure.
Damn, I didn't think we were gonna hit on that at all. I didn't think
That's
anyone
amazing.
was gonna hit on that.
That is
That's
amazing.
sick.
So I got 7 here.
Yeah.
Or you guys, do you have anything else?
No,
to add?
no.
No, I'm all good. Yeah.
All right, 7. Destiny 2. So I'll cover all the good parts of what James was bummed about. Destiny 2 is a shooter and as a game that's developed by Bungie after the Halo era.
Let me just cut you off for a second. Destiny 2, I didn't make it 10 hours of gameplay on Destiny. I never fucking played Destiny 2, dude. No.
Destiny 2, it's very similar. It's the same shit, but on a updated. Everything's the same, but the game, it's basically what you call like you vaulted like Destiny. Like Destiny didn't exist. Like you couldn't get the certain exotics and shit. And the big lore of Destiny is getting all the exotic weapons or getting like cool shit, having a good class. So in Destiny 2, it's still being updated to this day. Multiple DLCs. I think I'm playing Witch Queen right now, which is the newest one. Game's been out since 2016, I think.
Probably.
Game's been out since 2016. Still putting out DLCs. Still putting up numbers, dude.
Yeah, people play
numbers.
Destiny, so.
But Destiny 2, it's a very smooth game. Like the gunplay for PvP, as much as the raids are still, that's what you want to do. But the PvP, it's smooth. There's nothing like I have never encountered issues with PvP where I'm like, this gun's fucking broken. This gun's this. All my gunfights are won and lost based on the premise that I was worse or I was better. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is that the game can adjust for that in a PvP setting where PvP is not your main focus. Is a fucking golden, like, that's a great thing to have in a game where it's like you're jumping around, you got jumping abilities, you have a super ability, your grenades recharge, your melee recharges. Yeah. It's not a standard shooter, but it's the way they have it set up and the atmosphere that it is for PvP is fucking wild. PvE on the other end is still wild. The missions that come out, the DLCs that come out. The fucking storylines for the game are amazing. The way they tell their stories, the amount of lore behind everything. The game is so big and it's ridiculous how much it encompasses. And like I don't play the game enough to say that I enjoy it because it's grinding. You got to get in the stew. You got to be there.
There's those games where you got to fucking
you don't
10
get
hours in and you're not anywhere.
They don't hand out those exotics, dude. All right, let me tell you.
Oh, I forgot about the exotics.
The exotics
were the shit.
They don't hand them bitches out. You got to either earn them or you got to find them randomly. Just one day, you're like, holy shit, I got this one. And some of the exotics were shitty. So, like, you're just like, oh, I got this shotgun that does nothing. Great, thanks. And then you got an exotic and you got height. You're like, holy shit, I got this one that, like, it gives you health on kill. And, like, that's big in Destiny because there's no health pickups. Right. It's like, oh, my fucking God. I forgot there's no health pickups in Destiny. Jesus. Also, very diverse weapon system as well. Yeah. Very similar to Borderlands because it's a looter. It's a first-person looter shooter. Looter shooter. All about that alliteration, baby.
There's looter shooter McGavin.
Yeah.
Looter shooter McGraw.
They call me the Pimp Player Podcast Extraordinaire.
Before we go any further, I meant to bring this up.
Yeah.
Did you know Medal of Honor still releases games?
No.
They released the game in 2020.
Really?
Yeah, in like modern war, I think every game except the last 3 that they released were all World War II games, and then the last 3 that they released are more like the modern warfare stuff.
Oh wait, you know what? I'm lying to you. I played one of the Medal of Honors that were in modern.
One came out 20.
Medal of Honor Call of Duty copy number 3.
One came out in 2016. One came out in 2020. Those were the last 2 that.
2016 is the one I played. Then it was okay. Yeah. It was
I couldn't. But when I saw they were still releasing games, I was like, no way, dude.
It was like Battlefield. It felt like Battlefield, pretty much. Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking at it. Is it 6 for me?
It's 6 for you.
All right. So 6. It's gonna be too low for a lot of people. And that's just because I beat the first 2 and then waited to beat the third, so it's gonna be Halo for number 6. And I know
Halo.
If I had to choose one, we'll go with 2.
Okay, my number 6 is Halo 2.
Oh, all right, cool. So this is fucking great. Yeah. Halo, do you want to take off? You're much well versed in Halo.
My number 6 is Halo 2. Halo 2 was great.
Just before you start going, that's my favorite campaign, hands down, was 2. 2 was one of the best.
So, I don't want to step. It's not the last time I'm talking about Halo. I'm sure it's not the last time we're talking about Halo, knowing my brother over here. But Halo 2, so like, Halo comes out before Xbox Live capabilities.
Yeah.
Halo 2 comes out with the Xbox 360, I believe, right?
Yes.
Not with it, but it's an Xbox 360 game, Halo 2.
Yeah, 2 and 3.
We're fully into Xbox Live at this point, so now we've opened it up to the online deathmatch multiplayer.
Yeah.
So the multiplayer was more fun, not necessarily more fun than Halo, but it's probably a little crisper. You're playing online, you're playing against other people. You're not just playing against the same 4 or 8 people if you have a LAN set up. And did Halo 2 did it have anything else that was different? It did introduce the BR, right?
Battle rifle.
It introduced the battle rifle, new gun. It had a couple of new guns.
There's a couple like exclusive Halo 2 stuff.
The battle rifle is the big one that like stuck. It was like, oh, this is going to replace the assault rifle, and then by the time we get to Halo 4, the assault rifle's back to being the main weapon, right?
Yeah.
Or even
Halo 4
ODST.
So what happens is, I'll explain it. Halo 2, it's like the battle rifle is like it becomes sick. Combat Evolved was the Magnum. Battle rifle was Halo 2. Everyone was in love. Everyone knew what the battle rifle was. I still think the battle rifle is the sickest video game gun to date. Continuing
Just
on.
the 3-shot burst pissed me off when I was young.
You get older, you appreciate it.
Yeah, you get used to it. Once you learn how to use recoil.
But we go into Halo 3. You got the assault rifle, battle rifle, and then Halo Reach. The DMR comes out. No battle rifle. DMR is a single shot, couple shots to the head. It was a precision weapon. But the Halo 2, it's like there's a Covenant vehicle that's specific, but everything's pretty standard for the most part. Very simple sandbox. But
Halo? No, you could ride all the vehicles in Halo 1, right?
Yeah, except for the name is completely failing me. The huge ship that I think you can in the second, but I could be.
The Pelican?
I don't think it was the Pelican.
Pelican's never pilotable. Phantom isn't either. Corvette, all that shit. All the big stuff you're not allowed to touch.
That's what I'm thinking of. The big things, I know you never.
Yeah, but like riding the Warthogs and the ghosts and stuff like that, you could do all that in Halo 1, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so.
And the tank was still there. So.
In the tank.
The Wraith.
Yes. Yeah, I forgot about the Wraith. Holy shit.
The Wraith and the regular
I remember
tank.
being hyped about using the truck because you essentially were driving with both joysticks because the wheels would go.
The wheel, it's just forward, and then you have to steer with your.
Yeah, it was
vision.
awesome. I fucking love that shit. That was so. I felt like that was easier to drive than
pull the
some of the
handbrake,
racing games.
Splatter a couple people.
Yeah, whip it around the back real quick. Yep. Damn, dude. Yeah, Halo was the shit.
So you're number 6, Jack?
Number 6. We got Call of Duty Warzone / Modern Warfare.
Okay.
And I couldn't put it higher than 5 because of how new it is, but Call of Duty's back on top again. I'm talking Warzone and the
is the shit.
And the remake of Modern Warfare because Warzone is an encapsulate. It goes over multiple.
No, I'm agreeing.
Games.
That
so
Modern
I'm saying,
Warfare was my favorite one in a
So I'm
very
saying
long
Call of
time.
Duty New Modern Warfare, not the remake.
This new one's gonna be
Bryan.
Yes.
So Warzone, there's not much I can say because that we don't already know. Call of Duty came back out on top again. There was like people thought Battlefield was coming through.
Warzone's their battle royal.
I was gonna say the thing was I always felt this way, and I'm probably one of a million, but I was like this battle because I used to play PUBG. Like this would be so much fun.
Yeah, PUBG was sick
in a Call of Duty setting. I mean, we got it eventually, but
well, what they did was kind of smart. Like we let Fortnite and PUBG, which were the two front runners, really at this battle royal style in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
They proved a successful model. Once it was proved to be a success, I mean, I think we all kind of knew Infinity Ward was going to Call of Dutyize it and dominate it, right?
Well, you also
dominates an understatement.
A big reason why Warzone took over so much is COVID hit in March 2020. Warzone was out in April 2020, so you had everyone at home doing nothing.
Warzone's free to play at this point.
This is a free game that's brand new, and it's fucking Call of Duty. People who didn't even play
free Call of Duty
were like, yeah. Half of my friends didn't own Modern Warfare. They're like, I only have Warzone. I can't play multiplayer. Dude, and it just took off.
Give Modern Warfare
I remember
respect.
Warzone being huge during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's all I did during COVID was play Warzone. Like
to give Modern Warfare its
and
respect.
Apex had enough time to.
Apex was before COVID.
That's what I'm saying. Apex had enough time for people to be kind of sick of it.
No, it was catching on.
People fuck with COVID.
No, people fuck with Apex for sure, but like it had enough time to breathe. So then COVID hit, Warzone comes out. Well, let me try the new thing.
It was like a newborn type thing because Apex is more of a precision game. It's more like the CS:GO type of battle royale.
And Apex has got like that Team Fortress aspect to it, right?
Like Overwatch.
Yeah, that's the same concept. Team Fortress, yeah.
Apex was like kind of just out because like it wasn't big as it is
Dude,
now.
not to cut you off, Team Fortress 2 almost made my list.
Yeah,
it almost made my list.
It's a great game, Team Fortress.
But to give Modern Warfare its respect, that was one of the first multiplayers where I was like, all right, we're going the right direction. Like we're getting there, because like the gunplay was smooth. They had a bunch of weapons with Battlefield style attachments, which I think is what attachments should be. Multiple different types of sights.
The way the gun system is set up now is fucking awesome. It's
exactly.
So
it is, and that was like the first step in like the Call of Duty direction where like, all right, we're going heavy on the attachments.
Modern Warfare was a great multiplayer game.
And Warzone on top of it.
So much fucking fun.
Exactly.
So much fun.
Gun game?
Yes, gun games.
Gun game's fun. Yeah, gun game was fun too. But gunfight is it's a 2-on-2. You're in a small like speedball sized like map. It's 2v2 and it's essentially Rainbow Six. 1-2 shots, we're done. Like and
they give you random weapons.
Gun. Yeah, you don't get to pick. And everyone gets the same gun. But gun game was mad fun too. Honestly, trying to get the people with the shooting knife
that shit was
fucking annoying.
But Modern Warfare and Warzone when it came out like that it dominates. There's no because right now you know what we're talking about? We're talking about Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. We're not talking about any other fucking. There's no other fucking games that are
came
coming
out after Modern Warfare. No one's talking about them.
Yeah, because they got added to Warzone. Yeah. They got added to Warzone.
Cold War and whatever
Vanguard. I play Vanguard. Had a little 100 bomb earlier today, but forget about that.
Vanguard, but
Warzone, I can't go higher because how new it is, but like it's there. We'll be thinking about Warzone like we're thinking about some of these other games.
That's 10-6. We're gonna have to take a break.
I'll catch you in a minute.
What up, guys? We're going to get you back to the show as soon as possible. I promise you that. But before we can do that, we have to make sure that all of our listeners are looking good and feeling better this fall with Saatchi di Dinero. October 14th, Saatchi is releasing their Fall 2022 collection. You want a hoodie that's nice and comfortable. You can wear it out when you're running errands. You can wear it out to the bar. You can wear it maybe when you're going to pick up a date. Whatever you want to do this fall, Saatchi's got you covered. These hoodies, they're pre-shrunk. And it's an oversized fit. So basically what that means is you're going to want to grab one size down from what you would normally wear, and you're going to be perfect. You're normally a large, grab a medium. Normally a medium, you want to grab a small. It's very simple, very lightweight, very comfortable. We got a promo code for you. The promo code HAVOC, HAVOC, going to get you 10% off of your total purchase at checkout. SaatchiDiDinero.com is where you want to go for that. Saatchi di Dinero, always authentic, never counterfeit. What is up, everybody? We are back. It is time for the top 5. We are doing first-person shooters, obviously. Time for the number 5 spot. Should I go first here?
Yeah. We'll start back up.
My number 5 is Halo Combat Evolved. Coming right behind Halo 2.
Yeah.
Just slightly better to me than Halo 2 because they're not that differentiated besides Xbox Live, which changed the game, obviously.
And first iteration of the, first version.
Halo's the first of its kind. I think it sparked a huge movement in the younger generation of fans in the first-person shooter market at that time because a lot of this shit's all World War II.
Yeah.
This is like the first really big
space.
Space aliens, weird weapons, like
space alien soap opera. That's what it became. But
and I mean, great storyline, great single-player campaign.
Yeah, you were invested in Master Chief. Wanted to see.
Yeah, 100%. And it just the way the game evolves and the different enemies that you face and the different not every an elite you have to shoot at an elite differently than you would shoot at a grunt than you would shoot at all the different kinds of the flood.
Yeah.
Every enemy had different weaknesses and strong points and things that you would have to learn and pick up and keep in your back pocket while you're moving along. I mean, and it's obviously just revolutionary for the genre.
Yeah.
This is one of those games that really you have fond memories just sitting there, maybe 8 guys in a room rotating on controllers. And then again, the LAN parties. This is a game incredible. Like, you Google it, and I'm sure Google Images is loaded.
Yeah, I had friends that
with
Pat,
Louis,
that was like a huge LAN party.
Yeah, I had friends that would throw like a couple of controllers, the Xbox, and whatever else in like a backpack and ride a couple of miles on their bike. Yeah.
If they could,
Throw the Xbox and everything in their bike and ride their fucking bike to someone else's house and set up the LAN party that way. Really, I mean, still early on what multiplayer was going to do, but another step towards where we're ultimately getting towards the end of this list. Yeah, where multiplayer is almost more important than everything else,
All right, number 5, I got Call of Duty Black Ops 2 because real recognized real. I didn't play a lot of Black Ops 2. But Black Ops 2 has the widely criticized as the number 1 zombies, the best zombies in the series, best multiplayer. The kill streaks were kind of cool. Yeah, they had the swarm where it was people would just die. It was like a bombing run. It was like a bombing run that was just it's 20. It's 17 kills or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just for half the game. And then they had the I forget what it is. It's not the VSAT. It's this. It's another version of a chopper gunner, but different weapons, which is kind of cool. The kill streaks are very interesting. The guns, everyone remembers the fucking guns. The DSR 50, that gun. Everyone's like, oh, the ultimate quick scoping gun. Yeah, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Intervention for life, baby.
Yeah, intervention was the shit.
But
even in Modern Warfare.
Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I'm probably gonna be the only one with it on the list.
I don't got that on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I can't speak for it because I didn't play it like that, but everyone my age will be like, you're a fucking asshole. Black Ops 2 should be number 1. You're a fucking idiot.
Well,
dude, it's my list, dude. Guess what? You didn't play any of these other games? Get the fuck out of here.
You don't know what you're talking about if you think Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is the best first-person shooter ever made. You don't know what you're talking about.
You don't.
And guess what? I want you to kill yourself.
Well, damn.
We're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back.
Every now and then I hear something that makes me wish suicide on someone, and if you think Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is the best first-person shooter ever made, unalive yourself, dude.
Unalive yourself? Because guess what? You're a fucking cuck.
Whoa, there's the one cuck. Wow. Good use of the cuck. Love that one. Bryan, 5?
Yeah, 5. All right, we'll just fucking go right into it. So I know no one else has this on their list. I'd be very surprised. It's a first-person game. There is some shooting in it.
Okay.
It's gonna be Resident Evil 7.
Okay.
I had to get Resident Evil on the list somehow.
I knew you would.
Resident Evil 7, even outside of my personal love for Resident Evil, this game was the first game. I feel like Resident Evil reached a point where they were like, we need to switch things up. We've been taking this action angle rather, for far too long. 4, 5, even 6 that flopped was all very action based. 6 felt literally like an action movie. It was so bad that the Resident Evil fans completely rejected it and were like, we don't even know what the hell this is. So Capcom was like, all right, we hear you. They were very receptive. They're like, we won't make this sort of thing ever again. Came back out with Resident Evil 7, and I was like, this looks completely different. First-person game set inside of a house. Very similar to kind of like I'm trying to think of a good comparison. If you've ever seen like the American Horror Story, the Ragnarok like season of it,
No.
kind of like that sort of whatever. Basically, hillbilly family that's incest that kills people and tortures people. They have your wife, and now you're stuck in their house. It's all first person. It's the scariest game I think I've ever played. Like so much so that you're like, you get to doors and you're like, do I go through this? Should I not go through this?
Am I gonna shit my pants?
Right. Am I gonna shit my pants? You know, and I think what really sells it outside of just the first person is the sound design. You're constantly hearing people stomping their feet around you, running in rooms next to you, scratching on, like you're constantly in the state. And it's not like the old Call of Duties where you're like, I know there's something behind me, I'll just quick turn because I can see them walking up behind me. Now it's like, there may be something behind me, I'm actually going to have to turn around and face, what's going on. Not a game that you would enjoy.
No.
Hands down, not a game that you would enjoy. My roommate installed it when we were up in Oswego. He was playing it on the computer, and he was like, dude, play it with no lights on and your door closed. Trust me, it changes. And you think that's like some bullshit, like, kids are afraid of the dark sort of thing? Horrifying, dude. I was easily like, this is way more stressful than I was playing it before. And I was like, let's just leave the lights on for right now. Because the headset and it being right in front of my face on the monitor is enough immersion for me at the moment. But yeah, that's all I'll say on it. Resident Evil 7.
I heard very good things.
Great game if you feel like being scared. If you enjoy being like in that state of mind.
Didn't they have like a kid that was like incest child?
They were all incest. Yeah. And also when things were happening to you, like there's a time where like, your arm gets cut up by like a chainsaw. It's all happening in front of you. It's not like they don't take you out of it and you see it like in a cutscene. It's like, holy fucking shit. Like I'm
this guy's cutting my arm off.
Fucked up right now. And then there's times where like your hand will get broken and shit. You can't fire like the gun. So you're like, I have to run. I can't do anything now but run away. So they did a very good job of turning that like action corner and being like, we're going back to scary.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, after my tangent, what do you got for
Good conversation.
I'm up to my number 4 now.
4. Right.
My number 4, it's by far and away the number 1 game in its genre, like in its subgenre of games. It is also one of the best first-person shooters of the last decade. It's Left 4 Dead 2.
It's a great
My
pick.
number 4 or 3? Oh, I'm too early. That's all right. I'll switch back on it.
I mean,
I thought it was 4. It's not 4. But it's there.
Left 4 Dead was sick, so much fun,
Yes.
maintained its playability. My memories jog for it right now, so I'll let you go into it when you get into it.
Yeah.
But it made the top 5 for me because even a game that I didn't play much,
So much fun.
still, like, it's all when I think shooters, I'm like, well, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 are both incredible.
Easy.
Like, Left 4 Dead was the best zombie shooting game that there ever was made
Without a doubt.
until Left 4 Dead 2 came out.
Without a doubt.
And now Left 4 Dead 2 is not only the best zombie shooter that ever exists, but it's like, obviously, it's in my top 5 first-person shooters
You
ever
should
made.
Play Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood's fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll give you the Left 4 Dead feel, but not all of it. There's something missing, honestly.
It's just not there.
But it is fun.
All right.
For 4.
Quattro. I got Battlefield 1, the newest one, the
Never
newer
played it.
one. The first
Big
of
map.
the World War II era of the shooters.
Okay.
First of like the new age World War II era.
Yeah.
Innovative, different, wild. Like
I know-
it's all the good parts of Battlefield
Right.
in the World War One setting, where it's just like Battlefield's always about like the tactical or like this.
Right. Because it's big map. You're fighting like 60 people.
You got your high tech gadgets and shit.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, here's a big ass grenade and 5 bullets. Go have fun.
Yeah.
It
Go
was.
figure it out.
I played it and I was like, this rifle's sick. It kills somebody in 2 shots, but I only got like 5 rounds. So
Right.
like, if I don't make this count, bro, I'm fucked. And like they had the big like the potato masher grenades. The anti-tank grenade is just like one of like the wooden handle and like 10 of them on top. So you're just like taking these big ass
Some real World War II. We figured it out.
Yeah.
It works.
Some real good American engineering. You're just taking these big ass like hammer looking grenades and you can chuck them across the map too. Like
Really?
they're a lightweight grenade. So you're just like throwing these big ass like hammers
It's like
that
a
are just
bulldog.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're just landing on fucking tanks and they're just exploding. And it's just like, I just fucked up that tank. No anti-tank mines needed, dude. Just throwing fucking big ass grenades. They had like the revive kit was super simple because it was like a jar of like, I don't want to say morphine. It was like some a jar of undisclosed chemicals and a syringe. And you're like, oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna poke you with this, and you're revived.
You're great.
And then it's just like, it was all the good aspects.
Here are your narcotics, private.
Yeah. It was all the good aspects of a Battlefield game in a World War I scenario that hits. Like, you could ride around on a horse and, like, chop people up with a sword.
Oh, shit.
And then you can have the gun on the horse. Like, you'd shoot the gun, and you'd be like, fuck, I'm out of ammo, because you can't reload on the horse.
Right.
So you're like, fuck that, I'm going to pull out my sword. And you just fucking slice motherfuckers up. There's, like, a heavy armored train. You're, like, in the middle of, like, the desert, the Gobi Desert. And you're fucking, this big-ass armored train's coming through with a big-ass cannon on it. And you can fuck up the train with the big grenades.
Jeez.
It's like, Destructible Environment 2, because it's a Battlefield game. It was wild. Like, Battlefield 1, some people may hate it because it's like, oh, it's a World War II game. Not even World War II, World War I. So the planes were like, those like tiny cardboard planes that had the very, you could drive those bombers. They had bombers, fighters, and like one other type of plane.
That's what was cool about Battlefield is you could do so many things.
All the different types of tanks.
Yeah.
And like everybody had the fucking grenades, so the tanks didn't. It wasn't that vehicles weren't overpowered.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was always the issue.
Wasn't
with
a problem.
Was just getting like run over and shit like that.
And Battlefield 1 sniping is like regarded as like one of the best Battlefield sniping games because
really?
like they had some sick snipers in that. And it was also the era of the one-shot rifles.
Right, and so it's big maps, so you're like
big
really
map.
sniping.
You gotta And that's when they introduced the first time in the Battlefield series. I think they introduced the glint on the sniper scope. So you could see when somebody's sniping at you.
When they're looking at you.
Yeah, fuck
like,
that.
I gotta get the fuck out of here. I wish they had that in SOCOM, dude. When I used to play SOCOM, you would just follow me around. You're like, oh, all right. Didn't even see him.
That's it, dude. You're done.
Are we up to 4?
Yes.
For me? All right. I wish my Left 4 Dead was 4 because I fucked it up. But my number 4, Jack mentioned it earlier. You realistically could probably put any of these games, either one of these games, in this slot. I specifically went with Far Cry 4. Don't get me wrong, Far Cry 3 is great. Far Cry 4 just did such a better job with weapon modification. You could do so many more things. The map seemed more interesting. 3, hands down, had the better story. They all have good stories. 3 is definitely my favorite. I think you were, as far as I remember, kind of like the big theme at that time was movies where groups of friends went away to third world countries and then got kidnapped. That's exactly what Far Cry 3 was. You were separated from your friends. The whole game is finding all your friends back. Far Cry 4 was, this guy killed your mother, and now you have to kill him. And within the first 5 minutes of the game, you get captured and you're standing across from him. And that's how the game starts. And now you're going through this whole, I think it's in Polynesia, or Indonesia rather. You're going through all these like, different, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like that region of the world, tropical, but there's like a specific word for it. I can't
Like the
think
Polynesian Islands?
Yeah, kind of like that thing. Whereas Far Cry 3 was more like South America. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Far Cry 4, the only reason it gets the edge, like I said, weapon modification. You can modify everything. You can get the like the top tier guns, whereas like I guess legendary or whatever their like equivalent to legendary would be. But yeah, Far Cry 4, very simple, first person shooter, kind of similar to Borderlands, just without the effects.
I watched a lot of YouTube on Far Cry 4.
Kind of like an RPG. Yeah. Far Cry 4, if you're gonna play any of them, 4 is the best. 5, kind of. I haven't played 6, so I have no idea.
Far Cry series is a very good story based series for the game. Because I played Far Cry 5, and that game was wild.
Yeah, it was the first one in the U.S.
It was the first one in the U.S., and it's like back to like the Resident Evil, like incest, weird, cult culture.
Very Waco, Texas, kind of that shit that happened down there.
Dude,
that's no, for real. The pastor in the fucking game is based off that guy from Waco. He looks exactly like him. It's the same exact idea.
And he's just like, yeah, come on, just listen to the Bible. And
it's
and then like fucking shit's just dying around you.
This is a secret that a lot of people like that play Far Cry know. But in Far Cry 4, when you get captured in the beginning of the game and he's talking to you about your mom and stuff like that, if he walks away and then he lets you go, he's like, you can find me. If you stay there for 15 minutes, he'll just come back and you can just kill him and then the game's done. You just beat the whole game.
Well,
I think I've read something about that.
Or you walk in, it's like you're sitting at like a dinner table. He's like, I gotta go handle a call. I'll be right back. We can
then you
continue our dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're supposed to peace out and go like fucking try and kill him.
But
if he comes back, like you wind up like
this is in 4.
4. Yeah, right in the beginning.
I don't know if he's like, yo, come join me. Like, come be like.
I don't know what happens.
I don't know what it is, but the game fucking just ends.
Yeah, they're like, it's over.
There's like, wait 5 minutes. Game's over. You're done.
I feel like Far Cry 5 was lazy. There was so much more. Like 3 was cool, 4 had more shit in it, and then 5 came out and it was like this is the same shit. Like nothing changed. There was no progression. Like
I thought the story was wild. Because it was like
yeah.
you're a cop and like all the cops get captured by the fucking all the Hicks.
Well,
so it's like
play 4 if you want to.
I think
the
I need
storyline
to.
for 4 is awesome. 3.
My number 3 is Overwatch, baby.
Yeah.
Fucking Overwatch, baby.
Love Overwatch.
Overwatch is, we spoke about it roughly a little bit, like the Team Fortress aspect. What's the word I want to look for? Like the skill-based characters, archetype. What would you call that? Like there's
They are skill-based characters for sure.
Right, but it's like offense, defense, support, tank, and scout.
Well,
is that
Overwatch
how it's?
Only has 3 now. Now it's just.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like
attack,
DP,
defense,
and then support.
Attack, defense, support.
It used to be attack, defense,
support, tank.
But they got rid of defense and kind of lumped it into.
Which
attack.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Overwatch first released, before it got into ranked play, and then like even into like probably through season 2 is when me and my squad would play a lot all the time. And it was like a sick game when it first came out. Hadn't played a game like that since Team Fortress 2, really.
Yeah.
So, picking all the characters, figuring out where you fit best, what you want to do, what you're better at. I really like to play as D.Va, but Miles was a better D.Va than me.
Right.
So like he would, and I would go Yada was my main most of the time. Overwatch was sick, one, because it's obviously not just team deathmatch style. Like you have the push point, the objective push cards, and then just controlling points and stuff like that. But because of the ultis, it was like playing chess too while you were playing. And like obviously there are all these ulti combos that people would run. Like earlier in the game, I don't know, there's like probably 20 heroes now that they've released since the last time I played.
Not really. It's only a couple. Yeah, only a couple.
But like I remember one of the classics in the beginning was Zarya.
Yep.
Would throw her orb that sucked everybody. Was that Zarya?
It was an ulti,
yeah. Her ulti was.
She'd shoot it out.
She'd shoot the orb, and everyone would get sucked to it, and then Diva Bomb or the arrow, the wolf arrow, or all of them.
Yeah.
So we're doing like a push cart type of a deal, and whenever I'm Yada, I'm always behind everybody throwing orbs and like throwing a little bit of bullshit attack orbs. But keeping the health ones on the guys who are losing health.
You're on the tank who's in front of you, probably the Reinhardt.
I'm behind the Reinhardt or whoever, and I'm just sitting there fucking around.
Yeah.
So we're getting time's about to expire, and it's like 10 feet to the end, and fucking here comes Zarya's thing, and they're trying to fucking. So everyone gets sucked in, and I just come flying in. I had ulti, Zenyatta's ulti, so I just come. He just shoots out a fucking shield, and everyone within the shield can't take damage. They restore their health, but they also can't take any damage. So I fly in and throw the shield up as the Diva Bomb and the fucking arrow and whoever. And I just fucking neutralized everybody's ult, and then we fucking blasted through them and won the round. Yeah. And you're like, oh my God, I feel like Jordan in Game 6 right now.
That was fucking sick.
Overwatch 2 is coming out soon. So
I think Overwatch 2's out. Not yet?
The
demo came out?
Well, so it's gone now.
You might want to go back.
By the time Overwatch 2 comes out, I'll get the Xbox and we'll fucking play. Because everyone I played Overwatch 1 with, I don't even talk to most of those kids anymore. So I would be down to get back into it.
Overwatch is great.
Dude, I'll get into Overwatch. I'll hop into that Overwatch action.
Definitely. I was playing the beta. It's a lot of...
You like it?
Fun. Yeah, it was fun.
And Blizzard, just one of my all-time favorite game developers, played so much fucking StarCraft growing up, dude.
Yeah. What do you got for 3?
Spicy take. I got Modern Warfare 2 at 3.
Oh my God, this kid could fuck up a blowjob, dude.
Fuck yeah, I can.
I don't think it's terrible, but
I do. I think it's egregious, dude.
I'm not young enough to appreciate Modern Warfare 2 as much as you do. I'm not young enough.
Do some research.
I know do some research, dude. You don't need to tell me. I played Modern Warfare 2 after its prime. And I respect it, and it's, it made the list. And I can't do anything about that because there are 2 other games that I think I played more and I enjoyed more.
Fine. We'll talk about it more when we talk about it, ultimately. That's fine. You're young. I get it. You're young.
I think you'll like my other opinions, though, too.
We'll see. Bryan.
Number 3, I have Left 4 Dead 2, because I already fucked that up. I mean, yeah, going back to what Hawk was saying, Left 4 Dead 2 was just so much fun because anyone realistically could play it. It wasn't anything too overbearing. It was pretty much just choose whatever gun you want, move forward, and hold down RT.
Yeah, point and shoot,
That's
dude.
it. That's the whole game. Very easily digestible, extremely simple. And I think, like I was saying, I think that's what made it so fun. Because you were just mindlessly running through these maps with your friends, similar to what you were saying with zombies, screaming, freaking out, having a good time, and no one has to, like, there wasn't like, we gotta coordinate this. It was just, we have so many fucking zombies here. Let's all just fucking shoot them and we'll fucking move on to the next.
Yeah, you don't have to really, break the brain on strategizing.
Right. And then, every now and then you get a pipe bomb, fucking toss one of those. You like watching them all collect, you move on to the next thing. It also, and I think, I don't know if Jack knows this because he was probably younger, but like at that time, zombies were like really like peaking as being like one of the most popular
dominating pop culture
things, TV shows.
28 days later, 28 weeks later, 28 seconds later.
Yeah, the Resident Evils had been coming out a little bit earlier for the Resident Evils, but still. But I think Walking Dead was probably just
Walking Dead was popping off,
like,
yeah.
So they hit the niche perfectly. It's a Valve game, which is a great fucking company. Same people that made
Valve makes great games.
Counter-Strike and shit like that. But yeah, like I said, just a lot of fun, simple shooter, great party game. Anthony doesn't play video games at all, but it was very easy for me to be like, yo, let's just fucking play this. And it was fine. We beat the whole fucking thing. It wasn't anything over, like, nothing that, not to say that he isn't, like, can't handle it, but there wasn't, like, I didn't have to explain too many things to it.
Dude,
it was just,
point and shoot.
Let's get it started.
Yeah.
And if we gotta figure it out, we'll figure it out. But yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 still thinks it translates. Back 4 Blood is good also. I just think it's one of those games where like you need a team full of people. You can't queue with randoms. It's not fun.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, what do you got for 2?
My number 2 is Halo 3.
My number 2 is Halo 3.
The dominant it's the dominant of the in my opinion, Halo is Halo 1, 2, and 3, and then everything else from that. But it's still Halo. But I moved on from Halo after the trilogy. I never played Reach, I never played ODST, I never played 4. What's it up to 5 now?
5 and then Infinite.
I've never played anything after fucking 3. To me, it's the original trilogy is Halo for me. I know I'm not saying the rest of it isn't Halo, but Bungie separated after this.
Yeah.
We had the split of Bungie in 343, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they ran into some problems at 343 with the next, after it took a while for them to get back on track.
So bad
like I think Will hated Reach, and he hated ODST.
Reach was it's two ends of the spectrum because I love Reach. I think that game is fucking cool. I think the customization aspect in Reach was really like, it didn't fuck with me, but I was like, this is kind of sick because like you could do all the weird combinations, the armor pieces. You had that sick EVA helmet with the skull on it. Like you had a lot of different customization stuff, and the gameplay wasn't bad either. People were pissed about the armor abilities because that's when Sprint came into being in Halo.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But like the armor abilities also made it fun because if you're a Halo player, you don't think about it like, oh, it's this ability's ruining the game. It's like, yo, this ability could fucking help me in this situation.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, obviously it was fun. Like, you see a Warthog coming at you, and there's this ability, Armor Lock, where you guy just locks up his armor. If vehicles crash into you at top speed, they explode. So, like, some dude would be trying to ram you with a ghost. You fucking Armor Lock, and they fucking explode. You're like, fuck you, teabag you, shoot you in the face a little bit, maybe one melee, and I'm not back on my day.
Yeah.
You're a fucking idiot. Don't challenge me.
So Halo Combat Evolved had a very good, if not great storyline. And then, multiplayer, basic platform multiplayer at the time, deathmatch was, I'm sure did they have like capture the flag and stuff in Halo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do capture the flag and stuff like that. But, very good storyline, rather basic multiplayer that was super fun. Halo 2, oddball sick. Halo 2, critically and amongst fans, storyline falls short in Halo 2. The multiplayer is picked up. Now we get to Halo 3. Storyline very good, if not great. Multiplayer fucking amazing. So many things Halo 3 did for competitive online multiplayer still exist in all these games that release today.
Ranked queuing.
Yeah. Change the game. And then the customization too in Halo 3 is where it takes a huge fucking leap
The
forward.
recon helmet, everyone, that was the big thing because only if you worked at Bungie, you could get recon. That was like the big and then the blue flame on the helmet, which was like a first of its kind. It was like you get a flame on the helmet. The orange flame was I think you were a beta tester, and the blue flame meant that you worked at Bungie. And then people would have the recon helmet with the blue flame, like, yo, this guy, blah blah blah.
This guy's a fucking Bungie developer. Let's all teabag him.
Yeah. But playing Halo 3 like that, you just make memories too because it's
got
competitive.
The most invested in Halo 3, gotten in the most fucking altercations over Halo 3, gotten in the most screaming matches with strangers on headsets playing
made
Halo
the most
3.
Friends on Halo
in my
3.
life for sure.
I made friends with a man who had the gamer tag JGB Fat Jesus. Shout out Fat Jesus. Shout out Phil. But yeah, no, Halo 3 was it's history. It's not like, oh, this is just Halo 3. No, this is like what esports was before esports. Yeah. This was esports. There were people who developed careers out of Halo 3. Ninja was a competitive Halo player.
And Danny and all like huge. Like we know our friend Billy Hannes from Halo. It's the only
really?
Yeah. Literally, they met. They were talking. It's a funny story. Pat and Billy would relentlessly talk shit to each other over Halo all the time. They wound up going to an MLG, I think in a different state, not knowing both of them were going. They met each other, all of them, and Danny and Andrew, and they're like, the beef was just squashed without any words, and everyone was cool, and then Billy became our friend. Isn't that fucking so weird?
You have more fucking friends from online video games that you've met in person than anybody else I know, dude.
Billy in like the Billion Hour Fantasy League?
No.
This is,
that's Korean
my
Billy.
Friend Billy. He's in my other fantasy league. But yeah, just that's how I equate it because they loved Halo 3. MLG, like that was like their whole
That's a
shit,
good point that Halo 3 probably is ultimately responsible for MLG and what we now know as esports, right? I mean, Halo 3 is
MLG
at the
in middle school.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it was. Pat was going to fucking Halo tournaments in New Jersey, like in the fucking the Giant Stadium.
It's fucking crazy.
Like,
to play in them or to watch them?
To play in them. No, Pat was fucking legitimate. Him and I think him and I think Nick Farrell was on his team. I could be wrong though. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah.
That's fucking
good,
wild.
Good
shout out Pat Brown.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the esports and the culture aspect. Let's just talk about the game in general though. Just like first of all, introduction of dual wielding in the Halo game. You got your plasma pistol in your left hand, you got your SMG in your right. Or you gotta hit somebody with a plasma pistol, switch to your BR. That's Halo
right.
2, though.
Dual wielding was Halo 2 though, right?
Yeah. Halo 2 and Halo 3.
No, I mean it was new in Halo 2 though.
New in Halo 2. And it was they brought it back and it was just like it was different. Like the game was polished. The game ran smooth. Multiplayer was amazing. All the aspects of a competitive multiplayer game existed in Halo 3. And there weren't ways to exploit the system. There's no real reason. Like there's no way to cheat on Halo 3. You have to play the game. You can't just be like, oh, I have this, but I could just be like, oh, I have a vehicle now. Cool, you have a vehicle. Can you use it? Like
right.
Like you can't unless you have an aimbot. But like if you have an aimbot, I mean like sorry, I have to break the rule here. If you have an aimbot in any video game, you're a fucking cuck. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I'm sorry, but like
fining you.
You broke the rule.
Yeah. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
You've been fined.
I get my chicken.
No, we're fining you now.
Okay. Well, you can find me a vape rip.
Nah, dude.
We'll figure it out.
We're gonna incorporate it into the Vampire League prize pool money. we're gonna fine you, and you're gonna pay slightly more than the rest of us towards the prize pool money.
Oh my God.
That's how it's gonna work.
I think do you have anything else to add?
I just wanted to throw in there, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, because Halo 2 and Halo 3, sometimes I kind of mix them together. Halo 3 final mission, is that the final mission on Halo 3 on the Warthog? Yeah, fucking iconic, dude.
Yep.
Absolutely iconic, lit.
Warthog run.
Yeah. We're moving on, Brian. You're up for number dose.
All right, number 2.
Going to get a vitamin water.
It's
Should I make it dose?
Blue Arnett, baby. That's Batman. Lego Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Lego Batman.
No, I thought that was Hot Rod.
That's Hot Rod, but he is also Lego Batman.
Lego Batman.
Yeah.
Number 2, it's been mentioned before. It's gonna be Overwatch.
Let's go.
I mean, Overwatch was like I played a little bit of Team Fortress. I was never really like too totally into it. Overwatch was one of the first like skill-based team games that I think I've ever played, and I got committed to it, hook, line, and sinker. This is the only game I played the 2 years I was away in Oswego. I literally think I have like over 100 hours logged on Overwatch. It's one of the few games that like I would solo queue competitively because I just wanted to play. And Overwatch at the time, I don't know how it is now because I haven't played competitively in a long ass time. But at the time, you actually were able to get good teammates, people that wanted to win, people that were doing like the right things, not people who were just spamming or picking their favorite character or like not meshing with the team. So it was a lot of fun. I was always a big diva main, and also Zenyatta, and also Zarya. Those were like
Do they
my three big
still
ones.
do they still lock it so you can? Well, now I guess there's only 3 subgroups, right?
So they changed queuing. It I don't know how it was when you last played it, but when I last played, you could pretty much pick whoever you wanted. Now when you queue, you have to pick a role, and you only get so many roles per team per game. So if you pick like support, there's 2 supports. You and another guy get support, and then everyone else is either a tank or DPS.
So when I first played,
Yeah.
you could do whatever the fuck you wanted,
Yeah.
and it would get ridiculous.
It's not like that anymore.
Dude, we would
Yeah.
run around with 6 Winstons and just see how
Yeah.
many times we could win with 6 Winstons.
Right. Yeah.
But after that, they changed it because it's 6-on-6, right? Overwatch, and I think there were originally 6 subcategories, and you can only have 1 from each subcategory. So if somebody else picked Diva, you couldn't have another tank. If somebody else,
not that you couldn't have another tank, but like you couldn't repeat the character anymore.
Maybe it was
like,
just that you couldn't
you were
repeat the
always
character.
able to have like I think when I was playing, you could always have as many of a thing as you wanted. It just wasn't.
Maybe
really
you just couldn't
beneficial.
repeat the character.
Yeah, you couldn't repeat the character. But I mean, I'm one of those people like I don't really set on a genre. DPS is probably my worst, but like I'm one of those people like I'll just pick whatever everyone else wants me to do because I don't really care. I'm just trying to win. Like if I have to play Mercy or support, that's fucking fine with me as long as we get the W. Because I don't know, like I said, I don't know how it is now, but like ranked, like actual ranked rankings, like when I was playing was like win 1, you get a little bit, lose and you're fucking plummeting, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So like
for sure.
It was like literally you'd win 1 game and then if you lose 1, it was like losing 3. So I was not interested in losing. It was just a matter of getting the W. So, but yeah, Overwatch. I'm very excited for Overwatch 2. New characters were okay, but hopefully they got some newer stuff.
Well, gentlemen, I think we've found the House of Havoc esports team in our main game.
We're gonna become an Overwatch squad.
We would get our shit rocked easily.
Give it a minute. I think we could make it work.
Gonna have to start practicing. Gonna have to start training.
I think a lot.
Gonna have to quit our jobs. Should we just go ahead and number 1? We'll do this at the same time. There's no way.
I don't know if ours is exactly the same.
Me and Bryan's might be the same. I don't know about you.
No, ours are the same, but it's just a matter of which one is it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I'll start saying it, and I'll finish mine, and if you're not done talking at the end, we have a different one, and we can talk about it. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
That's what I thought was going to happen. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I do want to say I was going to preface this by saying you could put any of the Call of Duties, I think, here.
The reason that I have Modern Warfare 2 up here
Yeah.
is because this is similarly to what we just did with Halo. Modern Warfare 2 is the bridge in the gap.
Before we do this, your first isn't Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Okay.
Trace.
Cool. He's got Trace. Let's have a nice discussion because that works out perfectly, actually.
The reason so yours is Modern Warfare 3.
3.
So the reason I have Modern Warfare 2 is the game that bridges the gap between these first-person war shooters being more about single-player campaign and story mode and bridging the gap to online multiplayer. Again, what we said with Halo also applies to Modern Warfare 2.
Mm-hmm.
For how long? I don't know. Maybe still that lobby hasn't changed since Modern Warfare 2, right? For the most part, like the way that they...
The way it looks?
Yeah, the way that they go about everything. Like,
yeah.
a lot of the aspects from how we did multiplayer and evolved multiplayer, all of the core aspects of Modern Warfare 2's online multiplayer is in every first-person shooter that's on online now. You know, outside of the Battle Royale games. But even still. It could be someone just walking around up there. Yeah.
Dad?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, what's up, Bill?
Oh, I got to move my car.
Oh, you got to get your car from the backyard?
Yes, I'll come over.
Okay.
Good, talk about Call of Duty.
I'll just...
Alright. So Modern Warfare 2 was, I mean, for me, it was obviously game changing. I want to say this when Bryan gets up, but just like culturally, when that game came out, we all played that game until we were fucking bloodshot eyed, like need to throw in some eye drops before you go to bed because of how long we sat in front of the screen. We would just play online with multiplayer, no split screen, one fucking screen, however many guys in the room, just pass it. Each person gets around, play forever. And this was the start of, I think, custom loadouts. No, am I wrong about this?
Yes and no, because Modern Warfare, like Call of Duty 4, custom loadouts. Modern Warfare 2 was like, we evolved. We got perks now.
Right, so it was the perks that were new.
Yes. So, do you want me to continue on to Modern Warfare 3?
Go ahead.
So, with Modern Warfare 3, to start, on the perks, we got the addition of Specialist. Specialist is basically, it's in replacing your kill streaks. If you get 2 kills, you get this perk. You get 4 kills, you get this perk. You get 6 kills, you get this perk. Get to 10 kills, you have all the perks in the game. Specialist bonus. And you get increased experience for activating the specialist bonus. So, the nuke is still in the game if you're running specialist. However, I think it's like 30 instead of, I think it's 25 in Modern Warfare 3 for a nuke. Also, Modern Warfare 2, first introduction of the tactical nuke.
Yes.
So, Modern Warfare 3, you capitalize on that. You get the Moab instead, but Moab, nuke, same shit. So, when you get to that point in Modern Warfare 3, it was just as simple as Modern Warfare 2 in a polished setting where a couple of things are different. I can remember distinctly to this day grinding camos, playing custom game lobbies. Custom game lobbies too, Modern Warfare 2, that's a brand new thing. Quick scope, no scope, whatever it is, one pistol, you got one pistol, throwing knife only.
Is Nuketown born in Modern Warfare 2 or 1?
Nuketown's born in Black Ops 1.
You sure about that?
Positive. Terminal is born in Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, Terminal for sure is lit.
Favela
What was the other one? I
Modern
thought it was
Warfare 2.
Nuketown.
Nuketown is Black Ops, most definitely. I think you might be talking about Shipment. Shipment's the map with the cargo containers, and it's like 4 alleys and 1 alley. In the middle
I know that map. Yeah.
So, there's really, I'm trying to figure out what map you're talking about because Nuketown that's Black Ops. That has nothing to do with the Modern Warfare series. Dome is another map that's like the maps in these games were just iconic too. There's no
I mean, that's the thing too. Like so many of the maps, and I guess this also falls in line with how old you are. If you're younger versus our age. I mean, if you're even older than us, you have a broader scope on things. But Modern Warfare 2 releases in 2009. We're all in the middle of high school. Got nothing to do but play video games, especially all winter long. All weekend long, if you're not going out. We would, typically if we weren't doing anything wild, especially earlier in high school, we're probably at home hanging out at someone's house playing video games by like 10:30 at night. We're not having wild, crazy high school nights like Project X. And we would just sit around the old PlayStation and let it rip on Call of Duty. All kinds of Call of Duties, but Modern Warfare 2, I mean, I'll always think of that being the supreme Call of Duty to me.
That's the thing is for me, Modern Warfare 3, I picked it up as like a kid. Like it was the first Call of Duty I played in a atmosphere where it's like, oh, I'm playing multiplayer. I'm trying to actually play the game. And playing the game, and then you get good at the game, and you're like, all right, I know what I want. I know what weapon I like. Like for me, it was always the ACR. ACR, the silencer. Have that bitch gold by fucking end of day, started the day.
I was always a big LMG guy.
Yeah?
Big LMG guy.
It's never in. I can only touch LMG.
Give me I mean, really any of them, but Scar is LMG, right?
Scar's a 20-round assault rifle.
It's not Scar then.
Which one are you? Is the big drum mag on the front?
No.
Or is the box mag?
I think it's with the box mag.
Could it be like...
I don't know. I'm sure Bryan would know.
PKM? MG42?
Pull them up. Let's get a little list. Get a little list going about
Call of Duty. Let's see, what do we got here? Weapons, 14 more. Have a look, see what you'd recognize.
No, it's definitely just a light machine gun. This one that had like the little handle up top.
Let's see. Oh, this is the new Modern Warfare 2. I'm looking at something else. So we're gonna go here. No, this is. I'm seeing all stuff in the new Modern Warfare 2. Big hype. Big hype.
I mean, it realistically doesn't matter. All of the fucking light machine guns in any Call of Duty would always be one of my go-tos.
Gotcha. I was big in the SMGs. I was an SMG person because the way I play video games, like especially shooters, I'm run and gun, and if I'm not killing you within a certain time limit, I can't battle you on this because I play very fast paced game modes. I was playing small maps, very what's the word that how Bryan put it? Pinball. Like very very fast.
Speedball.
Speedball.
It's a paintball thing.
Yeah, but I'm very speedball-esque when I'm playing shooters. Even now, like I refuse to play on big maps. If I have an SMG that I like and I want to grind it and get its level up, get the attachments, I'm going with that SMG and I'm playing on a shorter map. I'd rather quit the lobby and go because I just I don't want to play long range because I don't have to set up for long range in the game modes that I play. Because I play a lot of domination. I stay away from team deathmatch. Team deathmatch, quick. 75 kills, you're done. I like to go for at least a 30 bomb myself each game, so that's why I play domination.
Domination's a lot of fun.
Domination, you got the objective, you can kill a fuck ton of people, and you can do whatever you need to do. There's a lot more time at the game of domination. I stay away from a lot of objective game modes besides domination because it's just like there's people who play them. You need to be in a team. You need to be a team, and you need to be able to cooperate and communicate. Like capture the flag, I can't play capture the flag unless I got a squad of guys with me.
Well, yeah, I mean, most of those games outside of team deathmatch, you need a squad of guys with you that you
Search and
know and that
Destroy,
everyone
too.
is. Search and Destroy is another one that's fun as hell.
And Hardpoint.
Is someone up there talking to him? Because I'm gonna
Yes.
fucking go up there and kick teeth in. What are we doing? We're in the middle of a podcast here. What are you talking to Bryan for?
I think Bryan's being too nice.
Yeah, well, we got shit to do here. Oh my god.
You got Bill.
I just hear Bryan up there in the middle of a conversation with either my father or my mother. It's gotta be Bill, right?
It's Bill.
It's gotta be Bill. I thought you needed your car moved. What are you doing? We're in the middle of something here.
Just having a conversation. I guess Bryan said something, and Bryan's a nice guy, so.
Yeah, it's too nice of a guy sometimes.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, this is probably not specific to Modern Warfare 2. I think this is just a Modern Warfare thing in general, at least when they first came out. But we used to literally in college, like, we used to yell "press RB" to our buddies if like a fat girl was talking to them at the bar. Press RB to throw a back grenade. We'd be like, "Yo, RB, RB, get that fucking grenade out of here, dude!" Just yelling at them, like, and and this is a couple of years after this game came out. We would just be like, "Yo, RB, toss that grenade out of there, son."
Get that shit
Yeah.
out of there. That's funny. We would because I grew up, kids my age like call Black Ops 2 a lot more than Modern Warfare. So like it'd be like people would just be like, "Yo, watch me fucking dolphin dive." And I'll be like, "All right, word." And when you're in middle school and you're like watching kids just dive onto the concrete floor inside, in middle school, it's
What is a
funny.
dolphin dive?
So basically, when you're running, like their new movement system in Black Ops 2, it wasn't new. All they did was when you press the crouch button while you're sprinting, your guy just fucking jumps forward onto the ground, like fucking.
Yeah.
What's the word for it? Like you're diving for the end zone and fucking.
Yeah, little lunge for the
3 seconds on
pylon.
clock, gotta fucking get there. Diving for the end zone. So dolphin diving, people just, you like, in the game, you just run around a corner and you just jump off a set of stairs, dive off the set of stairs, you just go flying. You just go flying down and you'd be like, oh my fucking God. There would be clips of people who get like a shotgun with a slug round in it. You fucking run around, jump off a set of stairs, shoot the slug in midair, pop the guy. Some great clips. But that's...
All right. Well, we got Bryan's number one. We're going to take a break, do the math. When we come back, we'll have Bryan say his piece on Modern Warfare before we give you the finalized list. Hello, beautiful people. As you all know by now, it is football season, the best time of year. But what that also means is that it's fall. And fall is also another great time of year, specifically for fans of Stay Thirsty Company. Why, you ask? Great question. Because all month long through the month of October, Stay Thirsty is doing Droptober. What that means is every single Friday for the month of October, they're dropping brand new products, brand new gear, brand new merch, hats, hoodies, t-shirts, whatever you could possibly imagine, you could get it at Stay Thirsty Company, all right? And I'll do you one better. Today, for our listeners, we got a 15% off discount for you. 15%. I know, we're basically giving it away at this point. All you've got to do is go to staythirstyco.com. That's staythirstyco, STAYTHIRSTYCO.com. And when you get to checkout, you put in promo code HAVOC, HAVOC, for 15% off your total purchase. Stay Thirsty Co. Drop the OY and focus on you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As always, best way to support the show is to support the sponsors. You support the sponsors, you are supporting the boys, helping us chase a dream. Before we give you our finalized list with the math, Bryan had to step away towards the end of the podcast while we were talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare's 1, 2, and 3, which was each one of ours number one. So we did a little bit of talking about Modern Warfare 2 and 3. The one thing that I was talking about that I wanted to repeat for you to hear was, I said this could have been originated with Modern Warfare, not Modern Warfare 2. But like when we would be out in bars and stuff at college and like our buddy would be talking to a fat girl or an ugly girl, we'd just start yelling, press RB.
Oh my God.
Like, yo, press RB, dude. Toss that
Throw
grenade
it
back.
back.
Yeah,
Throw it back.
get rid of that thing.
Jeez.
Get that shit
Terrible.
out of here.
I think I'm not exactly. I might be repeating what you guys kind of already went through, but like for me, the reason I really took Modern Warfare, and like I said, for all the other ones, like Modern Warfare 2 or 3 could probably be here as well. But the reason I chose 1 is they had my favorite maps. To be 100% honest with you, Block, Shipment. There's one I can't remember the name of it, but you're basically running around greenhouses in the rain. That was one of my favorite maps as well. Overgrown was a sick map. Actually, that might have been Modern Warfare 2 now that I'm thinking about it. But either way, the main reason I went with Modern Warfare 2 is because Modern Warfare really was the first introduction for me to like Modern Warfare games. I had never heard of Call of Duty before. I knew of like I can't say that. I knew about 1 and 2, like the World War II games. This was the first like Modern Warfare. And going back to what you were saying, this was kind of like where games shifted out of the World War II era and into this like modern sort of thing. So we were kind of seeing how military fighting went in the current day and age, and that was cool. It was new. It was a refreshing, kind of twist to everything rather than here's the Thompson, here's the MP40, we're running through German villages, But I remember the first time I played Call of Duty, getting a UAV, I think it was UAV. There was 3 of them. UAV, something else, and then I remember the chopper was like
Drone strike,
strike, yes, and then the chopper was the last one. And I remember just if you had a fucking attack chopper in Modern Warfare, the original one, you were pretty much sealing the fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong though, Modern Warfare 2 is easily the game that I played the most. Gold Uzi, Gold MP5, like we're talking like I was fucking logged in.
My man put hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So Modern Warfare 2 was great. I only put Modern Warfare ahead of it because it was new. It was my first introduction, my first PS3 game, this whole new world of, what was about to take off for the next. I mean, even now we're at probably 17, 18 years. So I don't know when Modern Warfare actually
2 was 09.
Like 14. Yeah, I was going to say.
Modern Warfare 2 is 2009.
Like 15 years, but it's kind of setting the forefront for what it is now, essentially.
Little quick conversation piece for you. What's your favorite kill streak?
I always enjoyed the RCs from Black Ops. Those were fun. UAV is always solid.
They had carpet bombs, right?
Yes.
In
Bomb
2 they had
airstrike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2's when they started really stepping up like the kill streaks. The nukes were always cool. I think I'd only gotten like 1 or 2 my whole time playing the game, but that was a fun thing. If someone gets a 25 kill streak, they're like, the game's over.
Yeah.
Fucking
over, dude.
Everyone
They
loses.
brought that back for Vanguard.
Did they?
You get a nuke, over. Game's over.
That's fun. That's fun because it didn't happen very often. But when it was happening, you weren't even really fucking mad that it was happening. You're like, holy shit, someone fucking did it.
Yeah.
Like,
Someone nuked us. We deserved it. Yeah.
But I think my favorite kill streak, probably the helicopter, to be honest.
Helicopter?
Yeah.
Jim,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, it's the
Or
airstrike. The
AC-130.
airstrike. Oh no, AC-130.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
AC-130.
AC-130 for sure. It's the AC-130. Yep.
I'm gonna rock with the Harrier strike because it was a precision airstrike,
Yeah.
and it was technically
And it would
attack
sit.
helicopter.
Yeah, and it would sit
and it was
there.
a copter.
It was awesome. Yes, I remember the Harrier strike.
Harrier strike's my
You get the
favorite.
3 flyover, and then the 1 jet would stay and just rotate.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the new games, if I think there's a Harrier in Modern Warfare, the new one.
Maybe.
When you
Kind
move
of.
around the map, if you move to a certain part of the map, it's a big map. You can make the Harrier go to.
Yeah,
where
you can
you're
call it to
standing.
your location. Yeah.
So we're ready to finalize here. We have a top 5 due to the lack of a 4th person and the age gap and stylistic differences. I mean, we could do 10, but then we're sitting here talking about, single-digit numbers and nonsense.
Right.
So number 5 scores 10 points. It's Halo 2. Number 4, 15 points is Left 4 Dead 2. Number 3 with 17 points is Overwatch.
Wow.
And now we have a tie.
Okay.
Oh!
Two.
Is this a first top spot?
This
2
is,
and 1.
this is a tie for 1 and 2. I don't think this has
Wow,
ever
Is this the
happened.
first time we've had this?
I don't think this has ever happened before.
Between
Is it going to be the same debate we just had?
It's 18 points apiece, and it's Halo 3 versus Call of Duty Modern Warfare
I knew
2.
that was gonna happen.
Yeah. So they're my top
Jesus.
my top 3. Yeah, my top 4 wound up showing up in order. And my top 4 lined up with this top 4.
Nice.
And then I had Halo 2 at 6. So,
I feel like this is an argument I've already lost. I've had Call of Duty first, so I kind of have to.
I have Call of Duty
Push.
first. We all
Yeah,
have
but
Call
you
of Duty
have-
first.
But you have Halo way higher, and you guys are more committed to Halo than I am for sure.
I feel like I know where this argument's already going because I know what he's on. I don't know how strongly he feels, but I kind of know where this is going.
I think the argument can be made to give the edge to Halo, and that's only because it didn't follow what we said before. It didn't really follow the same military, we're at war with another country, you're fighting these people. It was like we were saying, it was space. It was kind of a little bit of fantasy. It was new. We weren't copying weapons from our government. We had to make these the Needler and the BR was probably it's
Yeah.
similar, but the Needler, energy sword for lack of a gun I can't fucking think of right now.
Fucking
The
plasma
plasma
grenades.
pistol,
Yeah,
plasma
The
plasma
sticky grenades,
Yeah.
plasma grenades.
Maybe
that
a
would really
rocket
be the
launcher.
only reason I'd give it the edge, and also the only other reason I'd give it the edge also is it was there first. Halo showed up first. They kind of started setting.
Halo or Halo 3?
Well, if we're yeah, I
We're
guess
talking
that's a
Halo
good point.
3
Halo
versus when
3.
did Halo 3 come out?
Well, if you want to go with Halo 3, which definitely came out after Call of Duty, I would still probably give it to Halo 3 just because of how big the online community was at that time. Call of Duty was big, but it wasn't competitively big. It was just all of your friends had Call of Duty.
I have just always, for a long time, felt like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is the number 1 first-person shooter game in terms of gameplay, in terms of culture, in terms of how it affected the genre. We just did this entire thing, and we're talking about Battlefield and Medal of Honor and Ghost Recon and
Right.
Rainbow Six Siege. Did we name a single other alien-based first-person
Yeah.
shooter?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Now you could make the argument that it's the only one of its class, and that's what makes it special. But also, no one tried to replicate it. No one
Right.
tried to do something similarly.
can't-
Oh, no, I don't want to say no one. I'm sure there were other games that may have been made to try to capitalize on Halo, but nothing ever caught any kind of ground,
Right.
right? So, I mean, that could either be used as a positive or a negative in this argument. As I'm talking here, I'm talking myself kind of into Halo 3, maybe possibly just slightly edging it out because of the lack of copycat games. But there's also the other argument that, like, people didn't throw a lot of money into trying, maybe because they didn't think it was going to turn a profit. Now, that, like I said, it's either a detriment or a positive. That's either because Halo just cornered the market so hard that they don't think that they could go against Halo. It's like a company trying to make another cotton swab and go against Q-tip, or it's just because that's more of a smaller targeted market than the Call of Duty, the Battlefield, the Rainbow Six, that kind of style of gameplay, I'm kind of torn on it here. What do you say?
The thing is, Halo invented the wheel, You know what I'm saying? That's
whoa. In terms of what?
In terms of the game of its class. Not a first-person shooter, but the concept of you have a
yes
shield,
and no.
You have a shield, you're a space warrior, space soldier, and you got all these sick weapons. No sprinting. Call of Duty's always kind of had sprinting. Halo's competitive in the fact that you're taking that slower nature, although Halo fast-paced, you're taking a slower approach now. You're taking a slower approach, and you're gonna calculate whatever you gotta do, especially if you're playing competitive. If say like, oh, this guy's over here, I gotta throw this grenade like this. Like Call of Duty, I just fucking chuck nades. I don't even think about it. I'm just like, he's over there. There you go. All yours. No RB for that one.
Yeah.
But in Halo, I'm like, I gotta bounce this grenade the right way, because off that first bounce, it's gonna explode soon. And if like, you gotta be a little more precise. Like plasma grenade, I gotta stick this guy. Yeah. There's no way I'm not gonna kill him if I don't stick him. So for me, Halo is more competitive in a nature because there's a lot more. There's more to process.
I don't know if I would agree with Halo being more competitive. I think there's equally competitive in different ways.
Scale than it is in Call of Duty. In Call of Duty, it's different because Call of Duty cornered the market on the biggest market, which is the modern era first-person shooter of modern warfare. We were talking about Modern Warfare 2. We're talking about one of the greatest games of all time. It's very hard to fight the battle, but like for me,
I'm okay with edging Halo out. I'm okay with Halo edging it out.
I know where this is going. I knew it was going this way. I wasn't fighting.
You don't want Halo to be Call of Duty?
I mean, I do, but like in my heart of hearts, I know what the deal is. I know what's going on because I like Call of Duty. I like both the games, and I know Halo doesn't hold up as well as Call of Duty, and that's okay because Call of Duty makes good games. Halo's been shitting bricks recently. Yeah. So, I'm okay with Halo.
I mean, you know what it is? I can remember hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of 4, 5, 6 of us sitting around one PlayStation, one controller, one screen, and just everyone plays it just all night. Like, I can kind of remember doing similar stuff with Halo 3, but I just have stronger, fonder memories of how much gameplay there was from Modern Warfare 2. And I am a Halo guy. Like, I love Halo, and it's so hard for me making this decision. I had him at 1 and 2, obviously. I don't know. I think Halo.
You're gonna give the edge to Halo?
I think Halo.
I'm okay with giving the edge to Halo. That's the case I was kind of trying to make at the beginning.
I'm there. I'm with it.
All right. So one more time. Number 1. Well, I guess we'll go from 5. Halo 2. Left 4 Dead. Overwatch. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And the number 1 best first-person shooter ever made is Halo 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Not critically acclaimed. This list is not critical. It is our list.
I feel like people are going to be upset no matter which one you chose either way. It's just a matter of which
can't please them all.
To appease, exactly. So, yeah, definitely. I'm okay with it. Like
we appeased the dying breed. We put them to rest. We made them feel good.
Let them hold on to one, Halo 3 for a little bit longer.
Yeah, this one was fun.
Halo needs its W.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah. Good list.
For the first time in a long time, we do know what's next. The next one that we record, don't know when we're going to record it yet, but it will be out 2 weeks after this one releases or somewhere around there. It's going to come out for Thanksgiving because we're going to do the top 10 Thanksgiving side dishes. So we might break the every 2 week schedule to make that one fit before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, you'll see that one. So maybe we put this the first Tuesday of November. This one goes out.
Show,
and we wind up just...
First person. Overwatch will come out and probably some other games.
I just try to they're every other week no matter what. It's not like the first and third week of the month. So I don't know when October releases, but if we have 2 weeks in a row where they shoot back to back, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know this by now. If you listen to all of our shit, this is like we said in the beginning. This is Labor Day weekend. Starting this coming week, starting Tuesday, we're putting 2 parlays out a week. So we're gonna have plenty of fucking content coming to you on the football aspect of it. The top tens we're going to pretty much try. We only need to do after Thanksgiving. We only need to do like 2 or 3 more to have the top tens preloaded for the whole football season.
Let's attack the other end of the spectrum. How do you feel about third person shooters? I think we could target that at some point.
I could probably put a list together.
We could probably do third person shooters. We could do.
I mean, I already know what my number 1 is, but yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, I know what your number 1 is too. I don't know what mine is, but I know what yours is. We could do third person shooters. We could do all kinds of video game shit. I felt like we can't really do comic stuff too much with you, right?
Not with me. No, I don't know too much about it.
Comics or even the comic movies or any of that shit. Nah, not enough like that.
I could do Marvel and DC shit. Comics, I'd have.
We know we got plenty of Star Wars fucking shit we can burn through though. There's plenty of Star Wars lists we could do. We could come up with. I'm sure we could do other fighting games too.
Yeah.
There's plenty of video game shit that we could all do.
UFC fights, video games, anything kind of.
Yeah.
In that area.
I'm still trying to push hard for wrestling finishing moves.
I could do
get
that one would be so much fun.
Too.
But
we'll leave it up to you guys. You tell us. Hit us in those comments. Come on now.
Stop being fucking lazy, all right? Columbus, Ohio, I know you're listening. You got fucking 48% of our total play shares coming from Columbus, Ohio. So I know you guys are fucking listening out there.
Who are you?
Yeah, who are you?
Tell us who you
fucking
are.
DM us at HOH Podcasting on Instagram. It's time to sign off.
Pod. Let's see it.
It's time to sign off. As always, we're brought to you by House of Havoc Podcasting, Tiger Pack Productions, Sachi Di Dinero, Stay Thirsty Company, Dino Skate Park, Justin's Chop Shop. Peace out.
Stay motherfucking tuned.